Zinedine Zidane's name has an almost electric charge in world football, and suddenly that charge feels closer to a national takeover than a distant rumour. After 4 years away from the touchline, Zidane is reported to be positioning himself for the France job when Didier Deschamps' long cycle ends after the 2026 World Cup, a shift that would reshape the identity of Les Blues and reverberate across European football. Sources say Zidane has quietly refused attractive club offers, even a high-profile approach from Fenerbahce, choosing instead to keep his calendar open for a careful, long-term plan with the national team. That choice speaks to intent. This is not about a quick return for applause, it is about building a project with depth. Friends and insiders describe him as methodical, watching youth matches, noting where midfielders and centre-backs flourish, and imagining how a team can be both disciplined and dangerously expressive. Put Kylian Mbappé at the centre of that picture and the headlines write themselves. The idea of Mbappé under Zidane's stewardship is part tactical dream and part marketing juggernaut. Mbappé remains France's headline talent, and pairing his electric instincts with a coach who understands both the psychology of top stars and elite tactical frameworks could remake Les Blues into a tournament machine. The delicate balance will be to harness Mbappé's match-winning instincts without letting individual brilliance eclipse collective shape. Exactly the puzzle a manager with Zidane's pedigree would relish. Yet international management is its own discipline. Unlike club football's daily grind, national teams demand long windows of preparation, careful squad rotation, and a long view across youth pipelines and senior transitions. If Zidane takes the job, he will face immediate tests. How to integrate young promise with hardened veterans, how to rebuild midfield control, how to protect Mbappé from tactical isolation, and how to keep clubs onside when injuries or load management become flashpoints. Those are operational questions, not rhetorical ones, and they will be the measure of his success. There are also political currents. The French Federation will weigh public expectations against risk, clubs will guard their players, and media narratives will demand instant results. Zidane's strongest asset in this landscape is not just his tactical sense, but his aura, a name that commands respect across locker rooms and boardrooms. That aura buys patience, but it also raises stakes. Anything less than progress in major tournaments will quickly lead to tough questions. Still, the prospect of a rebuild under his watch attracts a simple and raw excitement among supporters, the belief that a legend can kindle a new dynasty. Critics will point to his time away since leaving Real Madrid in 2021 and wonder if the pause dulls competitive instincts. The counter-argument is that deliberate absence can also be strategic. By refusing the wrong club offers and waiting for a role with meaning, Zidane preserves authority and chooses the terms of his return. If he arrives at the France bench with a clear blueprint, youth pathways identified, tactical identities mapped, lines of communication open with clubs, then what looks like risk could become a masterstroke. As the post-2026 picture comes into focus, football will watch 3 markers closely: whether the federation formally opens talks, which players Zidane prioritizes for renewal, and how he handles the inevitable balance between superstar freedom and team structure. For fans, imagining Mbappé in a side shaped by Zidane is thrilling. For rivals, it is a war. Les Blues may be plotting a return under a leader whose name still sends a shiver through the sport. And if that pairing becomes real, the next World Cup cycle will carry not only trophies at stake, but the weight of expectation that only football's great stories ever bear.